Hello, everyone. Touchline Talk again. We are here to talk about football and all the latest news. As we all know, lots of things are happening right now. And the most important story right now, at least for me, will be the game between Arsenal and Manchester City in the Carabao Cup. That match has been one that every single Arsenal fan has been waiting for, and definitely Manchester City fans. They are waiting for that game. This is a game between the top two, the most informed teams, so to say, and more or less, shall we call it, a game between the apprentice and the boss, with Pep being the boss and Ateta being the apprentice. In the couple of years or so or more, Arsenal has grown on to be stronger. Um, Mikel Arteta has grown on to be a tough one at that, and even Manchester City a run for their money. And past or three seasons, Arsenal has remained on top of uh in the top, came second, so to say, to Manchester City, and it's been a tough one for them, and more or less like they've been like a um how do I say it? Like a rival to Manchester City. They've been solid like that, and they've been proving that they are a force to be reckoned with. And that's why looking at Arsenal season in top of the Premier League, they've been top of the Champions League, they've are in finals of the Carabao, which we're talking about. They are into the next round of the FA Cup, and presently they are doing well. They've only been defeated only three times this season. Can you imagine that? Just three times they've lost. And most of the time, looking at Arsenal, they don't consider that much. They're a very compact team, very solid defensively. Many are saying they dwell more on set piece and everything, but statistics say otherwise. They scored more than 100 goals, and lesser percentages of their goals came through set pieces. And most of these things are just part of the Premier League. And Arsenal, they have their set piece coach, and maybe that's why most people feel Arsenal have placed more emphasis on set piece, which I see to me is just part of the game. It's part of one or two ways to win a game. Because most teams they play the low block, they defend, they go back and they don't want to come out, low block, mid block, or that's all they do. And the only way to dislodge teams like that, the only way to defeat them is just to, if you can't score through open play, then the other option is the set piece. And so tomorrow on Sunday, going to be a great one between Mikel Arteta and Manchester City. As we all know, the first game this season was at the Emirates, which they drew 1-1. And right now, again, this is an opportunity for both of them to showcase themselves. Right now, Manchester City are in terrible form. They are not in good form at all. More or less like they've been struggling. They were just defeated in the Champions League, both home and away by Real Madrid. Their last Premier League match they drew, and I think they've drawn their last two matches in the Premier League, and giving Manchester Arsenal a 9 point league lead in the Premier League. And most people will say Arsenal will definitely bottle it like been doing before. But looking at this Arsenal, they look really, really, really solid this season. They are not pushover. Offensively, they are very strong. They have experienced players. They brought in more players that are good and are ready and determined to win. Gone are those days of them being called soft underbelly, young guys. Right now, they are young with maturity and are strong. And they are determined to win the most important thing, which is the Premier League. And some people are already talking of winning a quadruple. Well, fingers crossed. But if Arsenal should win the Premier League, that's been a good season for them. And Manchester City, they are hoping and believing and thinking that Arsenal will fall by the wayside, will crash out as usual, as they've always done, but it seems it's not going to happen. But now we never can say, we don't know what the future holds because there are 7 more games to go for the Premier League to round up, and Arsenal have the advantage because they have more home games than away games, and most likely the decider will be the game at the Etihad. And here, the Carabao Cup final is like a setup ground, like a rehearsal to the game at the Premier League game at the Etihad Stadium. But the Carabao Cup is a different ball game, but at the same time, everybody's playing for pride. Everybody's playing for ego. And the question now being asked by many is is there more than silverware at stake in this Carabao Cup? The experience, the boss feels that this is my apprentice and I should be able to compete. The apprentice believes that I've come along in a long way, we are rising up, and definitely we have a point to prove. And this time around, we want to go into the Etihad Stadium or wherever we meet Manchester City and defeat them at their game. Gone are those days when Arsenal have been demolished by Manchester City 5-0, 4-0, 3-0. But now, it's been a tough one, especially last season. Arsenal defeated Manchester City by 4-1. And the last time of them met, that was like more or less like 6 months ago. They drew 1-1 at Emirates Stadium. Things have changed. Right now, I've been on a solid run, winning all their games. Very strong team, very good team, very experienced, very determined, very rugged. And they have good players up front too. They might not be world class or I use the word world class. They might not be top players like we know or the likes of Haaland, but they are doing the job and they get the job done. It's the most important thing. So Gunners winning that game will be a monumental one, and no one should write off Manchester City entirely. A solid team, they're experienced, they have good players. In the game of football, anything can happen. And certainly, why it's more interesting is that Manchester City would not want another defeat. They were defeated at the Champions League level, both games. Again, they don't want to be defeated in the Carabao Cup. And even if there's a defeat, it shouldn't be Arsenal because more or less like they are rivals now. But definitely, victory for Arsenal will be the final nail to the coffin, and definitely Arsenal will use that as a point to launch ahead and target Manchester City in the coming years. And all Arsenal needs is just that one win, that one done win, that one cup win. Once they get it, they are done and good for them. And I just feel they will going to win things because that last step is what is needed the most. If you are able to get that win that you most desire, that you want, and there won't be anything like, oh, they are bottlers, oh, they lack the experience, they lack the mental experience, because you now know that I've done that and I'm able to win something. And definitely, next games, next competition, whenever they meet, they have that experience, they have that boldness, they have that strength, knowing that we can defeat it. Definitely, the Carabao Cup promises to be explosive, promises to be interesting, and let's keep our fingers crossed and let's see what's going to happen. Let me know in the comment section what your prediction will be. For me, my prediction will be a 2-1 win for Arsenal. It's up to you. Let's know. Let's go in the comment section. Let me know what your predictions will be on this likely game. Is it an Arsenal win or a Manchester City win? Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and definitely see you on the next video.